7 years prior to its passage, its electromagnetic influence changes the what? Core of the planet, right? And trigger what? Major weather changes. Seismic activity. Y'all see the seismic activity kicking up. Now, you can't deny what you see with your own eyes. You are seeing this shit. Now, if you ain't seeing it, I advise you to go look at the weather. And the weather that's coming up for the next couple weeks to months, okay? I advise you to go look at these things because they see the weather. This is where I'm going, where I'm so into this shit because I see the weather. Like, you know how they give you your weather for a whole week and it'll be 70. Oh, we in the 70s and 30. Or it'll be 30, 70, 40 for the whole week. Well, let me tell you this. They have the weather for about 6 months. They said it's going to be tornadoes kicking up all through the South. Severe tornadoes like every 2 days. Every 2 days, y'all going to be seeing tornadoes all in Tennessee. They're not telling y'all this. All right. But if you go look for this information, you will see it. Okay. So you are witnessing these things, right? Hold on. When we go into the seismic activity, right? Hold on. Let's find it. Let's find it because it's everywhere, right? All right. So when they talk about the seismic activity and the weird hurricanes and the earth, y'all know it's gonna be these land hurricanes, right? We already been given the signs about the land hurricanes, right? The land force wind, right? The hurricane force winds, 80 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour winds. Y'all finna see this. Y'all gonna be witnesses. Everybody around the world is gonna witness these events. Okay. So they say the average magnitude earthquakes will continue to increase, right? And hurricanes and tornadoes will be far more powerful, right? Weather patterns will be more extreme all around where? All around the world. You know how old this book is? Y'all see that? Weather patterns will be more extreme. Do y'all not see what's going on all around the world? Huh? Hold on, let me see what y'all saying. Guys, this is the same event that caused the great... It is. It's the same one. And you know what? You know how we know that? Bam. See what we got right there? See what we got right there? Huh? We know exactly what caused these events because we got these tablets. We got these... look, we got it all, man. We got it all. Hey, hand me the mother books over there. So anyway, my bad. So as we witness these things, right? Just follow the sun, right? As the sun, you can't see it when the sun is straight up in the air like this. You ain't gonna see Nibiru like that. You probably can, depending on where you at. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you might be able to see it. This is where they saying you're seeing it at, right? So check it out. It's getting bigger, so you're gonna see it. Look in the east you gotta catch the sun coming up. When the sun coming up on the east, that's when you're gonna see Nibiru. All right, that's when you'll notice the red in the sky. Or when it's going down in the west, that's when you will notice the red, the burnt orange, the different colors in the sky. You will notice these things. Okay, so Nibiru will rise with the now they know this. They know this because. Yeah, global warming is a whole hoax, man. That's a whole hoax. But, you know, they've been studying this thing since 1983, man. It's in an encyclopedia. They got diagrams of it. You can go look at it. It's just that they named it. They renamed it so many times, okay? We got it. Right now, they're calling it Planet 9, I believe. They're not telling y'all this. So they don't rename it. It'd have been Planet 9, Planet 10, Planet 12. It'd have been Nibiru, Planet X. Wormwood, they done called it Wormwood. They done went from classified. It done went under the Hopi and the red and the blue Kachina. All these different things. The red dragon, right? From China. That's what they called it in China because of the pearl, which is Nibiru itself, and then the dragon is the tail, which is the debris that is behind Nibiru. That's following along with it. Okay, that's exactly what it is. So Nibiru will rise with the sun. At sunrise in the east, it will look like a star. This has already happened, okay? It is bigger now. It's way bigger. We don't know when it's going to eclipse the sun. These people they've been off so much, right? They've been off with this. The only thing that we know now is the increasing weird weather changes, the major weather changes. We are noticing this, the seismic activity, okay? So as these things get more and more, more and more extreme, which they are, you know what I'm saying? Just pay attention. You ain't gonna know where it's from. They gonna have to say it sooner or later. They gonna have to come out and say and tell us what is going on, right? But anyway, so Nibiru will rise with the sun at sunrise in the east. It will look like a new star in the heavens. But as the days go by, it will grow bigger and bigger and eventually eclipse the sun, right? It is a planet larger than Jupiter, right? Which we know this, right? Okay. We know that it's larger than Jupiter, right? And so Planet X would be right here, right? Where is it? It's about 3 times bigger than our Earth. About big 3. You see how small Earth is over here somewhere, right? Okay, because I believe where is Earth? Like right here? One of these? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But Planet X is about 3-4 times, probably 5 times bigger than our planet. Okay, so where were we? Damn, I forgot where I was. Anyway, so all of these events that are taking place, the earthquakes that you are witnessing, let's get back to this anyway, has to do with this thing. So it will grow bigger and bigger and eventually eclipse the sun. It is a planet larger than Jupiter and red in color. So this is why I say with the red iron oxide and shit. Okay, so a lot of events that we can't figure out, like they try to tell us, you know, we can't figure it out. Like far as like when they talk about these biblical things that happen in the Bible, like how the moon became red as blood. They're not telling you the reason that the moon becomes red as blood, and that all of these things is biblical. Okay, the moon becomes red as blood and the sun becomes black as sackcloth because Planet X is going to eclipse the sun. It's going to come in front of the sun, okay, and eclipse the sun, right? And at the same time, while it's eclipsing the sun, the reflection of Planet X being red, this big ass red iron oxide beam, the reflection of it is going to make the moon red as blood, okay? That's where you get the moon being red as blood. The comets, right? It got a tail on it, right? This is where you get the stars. Remember when in John, the book of Revelation, when he said that he seen the stars fall out of heaven, right? And all of this, he was seeing the comets that was falling, all of this stuff falling from, they couldn't explain what they were seeing. It's just like when they said that they seen a pillar, right? They thought they seen a pillar of fire come out the sky. That was a tornado, okay? A tornado, a fire tornado. We witnessing this shit in real time right now. We seeing things of these effects, right? So they couldn't really explain it. They was explaining these things in their best ability. So he said, this is true right here, right? It has a comet-like tail, right, of debris. It also has moons accompanying it. It has like 7 moons with it, right? 7 different things with it. For those of y'all that don't know, Planet X has wings on it, just like this. Big ass ball, red. It's red. It got pits, lava pits on it, right? Right? Remember how they came out a few months ago, probably like 8 months ago, they said they discovered a planet where it was lakes of lava and it was raining fire and shit. They were trying to tell y'all then again, okay? So it has these wings on it, right? Try to explain this, show y'all. I've been trying to show y'all for the last couple of days, man. Hopefully y'all do your own research. I don't want to keep having to say the same thing because I'll be having to explain. That's why I'm trying to get this podcast going, right? So this would be so-called Planet X. See the wings? There's a wing on each side, right? See the moons accompanying it. All the moons with it, right? So it has this debris trail on it. Big ass. It runs all the way from all around the earth. We know this from the ancients. The ancients told us how the doom shape is like a circling ball of flame, right? Just like a circling ball of flame, which scatters small fiery offsprings in its train. So it has a train on it, right? It scatters small fiery offsprings in its train, right? That's the manuscript, Corbin Bible. It covers about 1/5 part of the sky. And it sends, like, we're witnessing the effects that is coming from it. Now, some of the stuff that we see in the sky are chemtrails, right? But they spray in the sky and shit. Some of the stuff that we see that's dropping straight down, right? They dropping straight down. Just look like, you be like, damn, that look like a meteor came down or something. But you don't see nothing from it. That's because that is this. It sends withering snake-like fingers down to the, y'all see that, right? Right? Before it. The sky appears frightened and it breaks up and scatters away. Midday is no longer brighter than night. It spawns a host of terrible things. These are the things said of the destroyer in the old records. Y'all see that, right? They said, read them with a solemn heart, knowing that the doom shape has its appointed time and it will return, right? It will be foolish to let them go unheeded. They said, now men say such things are not destined for our days. They say, may the great God above grant that this be so, right? Right? But come the day, and surely will, because it will return, and it has already returned, right? Y'all get into that, man. Y'all gonna have to figure that out. Go get the PDF or something. I don't know. Don't buy the book, though. I ain't sponsoring those people. Anyway, so As y'all know, the birds going crazy, right? Y'all hear how they talking about the birds? Y'all see this? The bird deaths, right? Now, I'm knowing y'all seeing all the books of the birds flying around and the birds going crazy. That's because the gravitational pull of Nibiru, right? As it come in. Y'all see this? With the gravitational pull will result in a messing up, right, of the magnetic field, which is currently taking place, right? Right? At the poles. The birds need the magnetic field to fly, such that when it gets messed with, they will instantly die. You see that? They will instantly die. So when you seeing these birds fall out the sky, boom, just fall out the sky. Boom, right? Falling out the sky. It's because of the magnetic field, right? It's being pulled. It's the gravitational pull. All right? So these meteors, like I told you, the train, remember how they telling you? They telling you the train. There's a train on it. Now, I know some of y'all don't believe, but do your own research. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. All right? They say as the tail of Nibiru passes this planet, our mother, it will drop hundreds to thousands of meteors. Remember what happened in, they ain't tell y'all what happened in, remember how they talk about Sodom and Gomorrah? They never told you how that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, all these things is designed by the Most High. That happened because the tail of Nibiru, these meteors, remember how the Bible talk about how it's going to be 1,000-pound stones? Now, the Bible tells you all this shit, but they have you thinking that they talking about a man that's coming to save you and all this shit. Listen, the Bible tells you all of this. You just have to dissect it. It's like written in metaphors. You have to dissect. You're going to get the noticing right now because these are the times. These are the times where this shit is adding up perfectly. Everything is aligning. It is now making real live sense. Like I told y'all, when you go into the book of Jeremiah, it is making real. It is now making sense. They haven't told us. But you see that? All the warnings in the Bible, right? Because Jeremiah is the prophet. He's a prophet of the Gentiles, right? And at the end of the Gentiles, when the Gentiles' time has been fulfilled, okay, disasters will wreak havoc all around the planet. Famine, death, and destruction. They make it seem like God like a God gonna come back, crack the sky, and somebody gonna come back to save y'all. That ain't what it is, man. Devastation is coming on the land of the planet. He said he's gonna put an end to these. He said, I will put a full end. Now pay attention. He said, I will put a full end to the nations, whether I have scattered thee, but I will not put a full end to thee. All right. Now y'all got to pay attention because these nations are being dealt with. They're not telling y'all the real truth of what's going on in this world, man. These people are the living Satan. They're not telling y'all that you are the God and the devil that you look for. It's between you and your decisions. You have your own free will. That's why Jesus told you, I am the good and I'm the bad. How will he be the good and the bad if he's not? Listen. It's for you to figure that shit out on your own. All right? Now, like I try to explain to y'all, this 400 years, remember how he said, know that surely that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years, right? So nobody never knew why Nibiru came or why it's coming. And he said, and now listen, that 400 years was up, right? Because you can't put this, it was two slaveries in the Bible. This is why I'm dissecting this. This whole book is about the Egyptians. Look, Pharaoh, his son, okay? This whole book is about these people, the slaves, all right? The slaves that gathered, which was the Israelites, this whole book, okay? Now, so after the 400 years, which was 2019, after the 400 years, he said also that nation who they serve will I judge, okay? So how would this judgment be done? They not explaining this to y'all. They don't tell y'all that the Most High is into it with some people. They just read the Bible like, oh, pray and all this and that and fast, no, and ask for God. They not telling y'all what's going on, and you don't know what's going on because you've been following the same doctrine all your life. What you've been taught, what you've been told. And they people, they've been following this so long that they fell into for the same lie that they gave our people. They didn't give you nothing. They didn't even want you to read. Why would they give you God? Okay? Now understand what is going on. So anyway, let me get back to it. I done went too far, but the nations are into it with the Most High. Now y'all see this? He say, a noise shall come even into the ends of the earth. For the Lord has controversy with who? With the nations. Now y'all see in the beginning where he said, y'all see that beginning where he said he's going to judge the nations. The nations who they serve, he will judge. So what is taking place? A noise shall come from even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord has controversies with the nations. They not telling y'all this. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked over to the sword, says the Lord. Thus says the Lord. host, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind. They're not telling y'all what the whirlwind is. This Planet X itself. A great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, and the slain of the day, right? The slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other. Now, let me show y'all, right? We gonna go into the ancient books, right? What is the great whirlwind, all right? What did the Egyptians call it? What is it? Right? Because they got y'all misled. And why is the great whirlwind coming? Because he's into it with the nations. He's telling you, right? So here we go. Manuscript, right? Where did he say the whirlwind was going to be raised up from, though? What did he say? Right? He said a great whirlwind, where is it? A great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast. Where's the coast? The east, right? So look what it says, right? Manuscript 6:31. These people is all the same people. This was taking place. All of these are the same people. Yeah, there y'all go. They go to Pharaoh again, right? Right? They even got Noah in here. These are the same people. What they talking about? The slaves? Okay, let's get into it. A whirlwind arose in the east, and it swept over and encamped the host. Y'all see that? What was the whirlwind? All right? The whirlwind is the destroyer. Y'all see that? Okay, so I ain't gonna even read all that. But anyway, the whirlwind is the destroyer. Okay, so like I said, the Most High has controversy with these nations. And as you see right here, right? Look what he says. Look what he says. Check this out, right? I want y'all to see this. He says, therefore, fear thou not, right? So in these days, our people have to know what's going on, man. This is the end of this world cycle. Now check it out. He said, therefore, fear thou not, O servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, in thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be at rest and quiet, and none shall make him afraid, right? For I am with thee, said the Lord. Now pay attention to this. Look at this. To save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee. Y'all see that shit? Do y'all not see this? Do I gotta go? Look. Y'all see that? He said, though I make a full end of the nations, whether I have scattered thee, right? I will not make a full end of thee, right? But I will correct thee, right? And measure, right? And it will, y'all see that? Do y'all see that, right? All right. Y'all ain't paying attention. So when he's making a full end, this is how these things begin. They're not telling y'all that this is the end of this world cycle, man. So you see this, right? The destroyer. The destroyer, right, is going to make, he's talking about making thy land desolate, right? He says, the lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way, right? Who is the destroyer? Then we just go into this, right? The doom shape called the destroyer in Egypt. Okay, so what is the destroyer? The doom shape, right? Was seen in all the lands thereabout. This is how the destruction come up on this so-called surface of the land. All right. So the destroyer of the Gentiles is on this way. He says, the lion has come up from his thicket. But first, you must know that this is the end, right? This is what I'm trying to explain right here. Before we go into that, you must know what time we are in when this thing has returned. Because nobody's telling us what is taking place during this time as this thing has returned, right? So I'm about to show y'all. Everybody should see it. Everybody, matter of fact, we going to Luke. Everybody should see this, right? There's nobody, with everything that has been happening around the world with Kanye and all these people y'all seeing on these corners and all this and that, you cannot say what is not happening, what is right in your face, okay? These things is taking place right in your face. He said, how will they know it is the end? How will we know it is the end? He said, Jerusalem will be trampled on by Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. When will the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled? When the lion, the destroyer comes. The destroyer is here. It's about to wreak havoc on the planet. And you see how he said, I will put an end to all nations, whether I have scattered thee, but I will not put a full end to thee. All right. So it's a lot of people that's finna die from natural disaster, man. People gonna perish from famine, disease, pestilence, all this stuff, man. It's taking place right before your eyes, man. All right. They say the lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without inhabitant. Remember that word waste. Don't forget it. All right. Because we're going to precept upon precept. Remember the word waste. The city shall be laid waste without inhabitant. Right. So he said they want to know, how would they know that it is the end? Right. How would they know that it is the end? Right. They said Jerusalem will be trampled on by Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. There will be signs in the sun. Y'all see what's going on with the sun? All of the blood moons and all this and that, the blue moons, the pink moons. There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and on the planet Earth, right? Nations will be in anguish. You see what's taking place. You guys are seeing it, right? Because the destroyer is here. So what the destroyer is going to do, let me show y'all, right? This is the day of the Lord, the devastation of the Lord, right? Y'all want to see what happens?